Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome back. I love you. And now I remember why I got addicted. I fear I'm going to be addicted again. Let's go train some quads, babies. Wow. We actually have a lot of catching up to do because I'm not gonna lie, guys, I've always been really open about like my mental health struggles. Every single tough thing I have ever gone through has led to bigger and better. Either things are a blessing or a lesson in our life. We can learn something from absolutely everything. They like whatever we're not changing, we're choosing. So if I'm not changing the habits that are not making me feel good, I'm choosing to keep feeling that way. Good freaking morning, my loves. Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome back. I love you. I love you. Forgive me. Forgive me. Also, concentrate on my face. You guys need to see me. It's been a while. I feel like that's my intro lately, is it's been a while. But you guys have been reminding me, Millie, get back on the vlogs. And we're here. It is Thursday here. What is the date? It's the 16th of October. So I'm going to take you through my full day today. I just went for my 2 morning walks. I take myself on my own mental health walk first, get my coffee, something a little bit more relaxing, and then I take Hugo on his dog training walk, which is where I'm just like being a dog trainer. So we've just done that. It wasn't the most beautiful sunrise, so I didn't like show you and take you guys through that. And then when I'm training Hugo, I can't. I have like 100% attention on him. But now it is time to go to the gym. I've actually been training earlier, which has been so nice because it is so hot here. And I've been loving training outside at the gym that I train at here in Gold Coast, which is called the Gym Burley. It is so good. It's really helped me like get so much more motivation back into my training, because before I was training at more kind of private studios, and when there's not many people in there, it's just not very motivating. And it's just nice to like also see people again, because it was kind of quite isolating, and because of the work I do, I'm already like alone a lot, and then having my gym be like no interaction. So now it's really, I'm really enjoying it. And now there's an outside part, which is so good because I'm such a sunshine baby that now I get to train and I get to be in the sun. So it's like double happiness, you know what I mean? So anyways, I'm gonna take you guys through what I'm gonna have as my pre-workout, because if you guys have me on Instagram, you know that I'm back on the pre-workout train, okay? I really just wanna get to the gym nice and early this morning. So what I'm thinking, I think I'm actually just gonna have a banana, because I kind of just, can you see me still? Yeah. I kind of actually just like wanna get up and go. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna have a banana pre-training, and then we're gonna have my pre-workout. We do have legs today as well. We're gonna pack my I'll have a double scoop protein shake after I work out. That's what I do every single day without fail. 2 scoops of protein, because guys, that is 50 grams of protein. And that's like that's just the easiest, most quickest way to get in 50 grams of protein. It's gonna help my recovery. It's gonna help me obviously build muscle. It's gonna help me maintain lean muscle as like I drop body fat and stuff like that as well. So it is an absolute non-negotiable. And I used to always think that you couldn't like surpass 1 scoop of protein per day. I was like, surely that's not good for you. Guys, I've been doing it all year, and I truly believe that has helped me maintain my muscle so much as I've dropped so much body fat. So yeah, I love post-training. I love isopep. If you're having it like in meals, in smoothies, as more of like a filler throughout the day, then the Oxy Whey is fantastic as well. And you guys also, obviously, why aren't you opening, dude? Come on now. Have another one. This is so annoying. Right, we're just gonna go Oxy Whey then, because that's already open. What was I gonna say? I don't even bloody know, dude. I almost dropped that. We've got legs today, guys. We've got some delicious quads on the menu. I'm actually really keen. I've been loving my training. I'm telling you guys, this has brought me like a new level of motivation back into my training, and now I remember why I got addicted. I fear I'm going to be addicted again. This is more of a higher stim, so this is more for people who can handle their caffeine. I can handle my caffeine. Caffeine to me is like water. I will have lots of coffees. Well, I only really have like 1 to 2 coffees a day because I just go on my walk and it's like my motivation to get to a certain destination. Sorry, I'm hungry. It's my motivation to get to like a certain destination, which helps me like walk further, but also just motivates me like to go for another walk because I take Hugo on so many walks a day at the moment. So I'll have like 2 coffees and then I have this. So this is definitely for people who can handle their caffeine. Otherwise, your other options are Pride. This is a new tub. Pride and the OxyShred, which you guys would have definitely heard of. The OxyShred is more of a thermogenic. So what it does is it heats up your core body temperature, which will help you sweat more. It has really good like focus properties, and then it's like more of a slower sustained energy that has like no crash. So that's fantastic. Like OxyShred is great if you like don't really drink caffeine, if you want like a coffee alternative, or if you want more of like a lower stim type of pre-workout. Pride is still, it's lower stim, more caffeine, really good focus, really good pump, energy, all that sort of stuff. So that's a really great pre as well. This is just like high stim. And the reason I'm taking that, I'm literally probably just going to go through this tub and then I'll swap to the others, is just because I had it and now I'm just like kind of a little bit addicted to it. So. So anyways, yes. So pre-workout, I'm going to do 1 scoop. You can do 2 scoops. Absolutely not. That's 400 milligrams of caffeine. I just do like almost 1 scoop of that. And then post-workout, immediately post-workout, I do 2 scoops of protein. You guys know I usually have like my little eggy muffins for breakfast, but I actually just want like, honestly, I just want some carbs before my training today. And I just want something really, really quick because I literally want to get up and go to the gym right now before it gets too hot. It's so warm here at the moment. Oh my God. I love it. Okay, I need to show you this fit, guys, because it's all actually new. We've got these brand new bras. This is from Honor Active, of course, always. MILLIEM to save. You guys know, same thing with EHP. You can always save with my code MILLIEM. These brand new bras, they are so beautiful and so freaking comfortable. It scoops up under the boob, which is so flattering for the midline. Really nice thin straps, but they literally don't dig in at all. This is the back. Like the back is so freaking gorgeous and minimal. My absolute favorite. We've got the unified wrap shorts that have come out in brand new colors. So this is in racing green. Everything is in racing green. I love this color. I find the wrap so flattering for the waist. The unified fabric is my favorite for training because it's so nice and thick. It's like a bit more compressive. It's just perfect. And then we have got my favorite. You guys know I'm absolutely obsessed with the woven straight leg tracky pants. These are a really nice thin lightweight material, more of like a windbreaker type of material. And we've got that in the racing green. And it as a set is so freaking gorgeous. If you want to break it up, I actually wore the white bra on my walk this morning, which was so beautiful. But love these. I'm wearing a size extra small in absolutely everything. I will say the shorts, they're definitely on like the tighter side. So I could probably go a size small, but that's fine. I like things quite tight around my waist. And even these are an extra small. So these are actually a oversized fit. So I really do recommend staying true to size in any of the oversized pieces with Honor. And then the top is obviously an extra small as well. But I'm absolutely obsessed. These actually they're already available. They're all on the website. It just took a really long time for it to get to me. So you guys can shop these all now. And I absolutely adore them. But let's make my pre-workout. I want to go to the gym. You guys have been really good. I posted a TikTok. Okay, look, I'm going to have a big chat to you guys when I get back because honestly, I'm not going to lie, guys. I've actually been in a bit of a mental slump. Struggling, I've just been in a little bit of a mental slump. So I've been really trying to go through the motions as we do, but I think I'm starting to I'm definitely in a much better headspace. Honestly, I don't know if you guys believe in this stuff much, but it started showing up on my TikTok feed, and it was stuff about like the eclipse and then all like the energy changing. So they were like, some people are going to be really, really, really affected by this like eclipse season. And I really feel like I was so like emotionally turbulent and just like all over the place. My emotions were just so heightened. But yeah, I'll have a big chat to you guys about that later, because there's certain things I'm doing to like get on top of that you guys know. Like I really do I practice what I preach. So I'm like taking my own advice and doing all the things that make me feel better. And I'm going to fill you guys in on that, because it's definitely helped. And I also know what was like kind of pushing me down to like not feeling my best mentally as well. So anyways, let's go to the gym, guys. We've got my pre-workout, which is this from EHP. And then we've got my post-workout I'll take straight after my training, which is also this from EHP. MILLIEM to save. You guys know the drilly O. Let's go train some quads, babies. Let's finish this banana. And I'll see you guys there. Successful quad day, baby. Why does this never ever concentrate on my gorgeous looking head? For real. Had such a good session, guys. Lifted some freaking good weight. Those Bulgarians, we love that. I'm very sweaty. I've been loving training in the sun. I also just love getting super sweaty again. Like I feel like for such a long time I just wasn't really getting like that sweaty at the gym. But we feel good. I am now just drinking my protein shake. God, it is good. It is so yummy. This is the delicious chocolate flavor. Cool. Just got some of the packaging. That's really good. Delicious chocolate is delicious and chocolatey. I'm gonna go home now. It's about 10 o'clock, so that took a really, really long time. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna take Hugo for another walk. And then I'll probably go for an ocean dip. I have some work to do today, and then I wanna have a big catch up with you guys. I also have a coaching call this afternoon, because actually I'm gonna dive deep into that when I get home, because I want to tell you all about my new one-on-one coaching, because it is so freaking exciting, and I'm doing it alongside literally my absolute biggest inspiration in health and fitness as a whole, but also from the mindset perspective. She's been such a huge idol for me when it comes to, you know, obviously my background with my anorexia and my eating disorder and everything, but also her mindset is just like so empowering, and like everything that I stand by. And I'm now doing my one-on-one coaching alongside her, which is so crazy. She's one of my good friends, but just the full circle moment is very, very, very pinch me. So I want to tell you guys all about that, because it's very exciting, and it's such a upgrade to what I was offering with my one-on-one coaching. and it just gives all my clients such a better experience, so much more like hands-on, so much more connection, so much more value, like so much more support, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to tell you guys all about that, but I'm going to go home and I'm going to take Hugo for a little walk, so I'll check back in with you guys when I get home. Okay, my loves, we are back home. I have just gotten changed. I'm going to take Hugo for another little walkie, just because he's been home for a few hours while I've been at the gym not doing much. So take it for a little walk, and then I might just go for a quick little swim. I also have some work to do today, but I need to show you how gorgeous the day is out there because it's honestly stunning. How freaking beautiful is that day? Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys, I got all new furniture, so we also have to go through all of that. But wow, 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 wow. We are back home. I am just cooking up some lunch now. I cooked up some pumpkin last night. I've got a little bit of beef mince, but honestly not enough. I literally ate like a whole 500 grams pretty much of beef. Yeah, probably had 400 grams last night. So we're gonna have the last 100. I just cooked up some kangaroo burger patties. These are so good. Per patty is take out of fridge 10 minutes prior before cooking. Okay, cool. That's the first time I've ever read that. Cool, cool, cool. One patty is 20 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs. Like they're so high in protein, and I have 2. So I usually have that with some pumpkin and some avo. So I'm gonna do that, 2 of them, and then I'll eat the last of this. And I actually head to Newcastle tomorrow. I'm gonna see my best friends, which I'm so excited for. I'm so excited for some girl time. And then I'm also gonna see my fam, because you guys know, my fam's from, I'm like the only one in Goldie, so my fam is spread across Newcastle and Tamworth as well. Never go to Tamworth, but I go to Newcastle quite a bit, and especially now, my sister actually just had a baby as well. So I'm gonna go see him, and I'm really excited. And then after that, I actually head to Sydney for 2 days because I have like an EHP shoot on, which I'm really excited for as well. And then I'll be coming back home Tuesday night. So yeah, I'm really excited for the next few days. Oh wow, she's cooking, she's cooking. This is almost done, frick yeah. Add some salt onto that big arch. So I kind of briefly touched on it a little bit earlier about my premium coaching and how that's had a bit of a shift. Because I do my one-on-one coaching, I have been a coach for since 2016, so 9 years I have been a coach for, but obviously on my own health and fitness journey for bloody 13 years now, I think, or longer. That's from like when I was recovering from my ED. But yeah, I have recently had a big update to my one-on-one coaching, which is so exciting because that was not something I could really take on clients anymore for, because I was at my capacity for the time I had available. So I had my coaching up, and then I had my one-on-one coaching, but I really didn't publicize that at all. But some very, very, very exciting news is I have actually now teamed up with Flex Method and Hattie Boydell with my premium coaching. And what that now entails is that you will have your very own Flex Method coach who is going to be there every single step of the way. So they will be hands-on, the communication will be there whenever you need it. Like, they are so good at their job. They're such fantastic coaches. So that's completely customized training and nutrition plans, the constant communication, the check-ins, all of that stuff. And then you get 2 calls every single week with Hattie and myself. So that is what is so special and so exciting about this, is I get to have so much more meaningful connection with everyone, and we really get to spend like more of that time together where you guys can ask all the questions. You can go so much deeper into educational topics, so you learn so much more, and then you get that real-time face-to-face connection 2 times every single week. Plus you get your constant support from your coach, and then you also have the access to me within the community as well. So I'm so excited. We had our first call on Tuesday, and it was so incredible. We had such great feedback, and it was just so good because Hattie and I are so so similar, the way that we approach our training from not just the physical standpoint and really wanting to become the best version of ourselves on a physical capacity and getting stronger. She's so strong herself, and it was such a huge inspiration for me. Because when I go to the gym, something that keeps me motivated and why I have been on my fitness journey for such a long time is because I stopped just purely focusing on aesthetics and I focused on performance, and that's what gets me up and gets me going every single day, because I'm so excited to get into the gym, see what my body is capable of, try and improve on certain lifts, get stronger, and just feel so proud of myself every single session that I show up, because I'm like, wow, I just did that, and I feel so empowered within myself and my body and what it can do. And I feel like training for strength is so underestimated. Is that the word? Underestimated. Like I'm so happy with where my body composition is at right now, and it feels so good to be so strong at the same time and like improving on all my lifts. And I go into the gym and it's like not even just like the fact that you look good, I'm not just the fact that you look good, but you feel good. And I always say training is so much more about the feeling, and health and fitness as a whole is so much more about the feeling. And that's what we really try to portray in all of our coaching. And Hattie and I have we have the same mindset when it comes to that. She's also just the biggest freaking powerhouse when it comes to mindset in general, and like someone I always looked up to when it came to her mindset towards life, and just the fact that you are in control of your life and your mindset determines your outcome. So I'm so excited to be teaming up with her. It is such a full circle moment for me personally, because she was, you know what, the funniest thing is she was actually on my vision board when the first year I did a vision board. This was years and years and years ago. She was on my vision board because I was like, I just really want to meet this amazing woman, and now she's one of my good friends. So that's so cool, and now I get to work alongside her, and I get to bring her into my community, and you guys get to relish in that information and that support system and that connection. Like, I'm going to be getting equally as much out of all of this as you guys will. And so I'm so excited for that. So yeah, I'm going to attach the link below if you guys want to see more about it. If you guys have any questions at all whatsoever, send me a message on Instagram or comment it below, and we can get chatting. But I did just want to touch base on that, because that is such a huge, new, exciting thing that I've been able to add into my coaching services. And I couldn't be more grateful, and it couldn't be more aligned. And I'm just so excited to be able to actually connect with you guys so much more than even just like a weekly check-in. Like, you get those calls 2 times a week, every single week. So it's really special. So yeah, that is that side of things. Let's get my lunch together because it's all ready to go. So what we've got, guys, it's a little bit chaotic right now, but bear with me here. We've got some roasted pumpkin. Do a big old slump that. Yum, brother. Small. Okay, cool. We got some pumpkin. Next up, we've got 2 kangaroo patties. I cannot forget about that. You know what? The amount of times I've left it in the air fryer, and guys, this is absolutely disgusting, but you know what? It's a safe space here. The amount of times I've put 2 in here and then I've left the other 2 in the air fryer to cool down, and then I just put the freaking air fryer back up. That's disgusting, eh? Look, I don't want to hear it. Look, I think actually 2 is going to be fine. I'm going to sit so I don't forget. I'm going to eat this later. I'm going to put these in here so I do not forget, and then I'm going to clean it. Perfect. Okay, cool. Then we're going to put some avo in here. And then I just add some barbecue sauce, because why the bloody hell not? You know? You're picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, I'm so itchy. Guys, I had such a good leg session today. I've been having such great sessions. I don't know if like, I'm back on the pre-workout train I told you guys earlier. And it feels really good to like, oh God, it literally makes me so motivated, eh? I only did my first session last week, but something I'm actually introducing back in, which is really nice, is cardio sessions on a Saturday. I'm going to start doing them at the gym that I train at here, and then I'm going to be in Newcastle this weekend, and I'm going to do a class. I'm going to go to the yard and do a class there on the Saturday, which is really fun because I feel like I don't get a lot of social interaction, especially with like new people. And I love, obviously you guys know, I absolutely love health and fitness and I love classes. I just never really did it because it didn't really align with my goals. But one of the things I genuinely missed the freaking most about my gym was being able to be a part of that community environment. And I loved joining in on my classes. Like that was honestly, I missed that so much. And one of my goals when I first moved to the Gold Coast was I really wanted to join like a group fitness type of scene to just meet new people and kind of just like have that social vibe with like, obviously training is such a huge part of my life, but even like the cardio side. I just feel like the energy, the vibes and everything is so good when you do like a cardio class with other people. So I did my first one in like such a long time on Saturday. It was so much fun. So I'm really, really, really excited to introduce that back into my training because I now actually only train 4 days a week, which I've been loving. So I just do my 2 lower body days and my 2 upper body days. But I'm really excited to add in cardio for enjoyment more than it is for literally cardio. But I love cardio. I just don't really do it. Because I get asked this all the time since I've gotten really lean. People are like, what cardio are you doing? Guys, I don't do cardio. It's all nutrition. And then you guys know how heavy I've been on my gut healing journey. So much of me getting rid of all the inflammation and the water retention that my body was holding on to was quite literally just fixing my gut health. And yes, I eat extremely well. Yes, so much of this is nutrition. And yes, I would also be in a bit of a fat loss phase, kind of unintentionally at the moment. Like I'm not purposefully trying to lose all this body fat, but it's like, it's just kind of, it just feels like my body is actually working alongside me, which is a really, really, really beautiful feeling. But let's sit down. Look, this isn't the most aesthetic thing in the world, but it's real. And this is actually what my meals look like. Like they're not aesthetic. They're really, really, really not aesthetic, but they are delicious and they're high in protein. And that's all we care about. Oh, the views. The view. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yes, she's not aesthetic, but she's real. So these are my 2 kangaroo patties, pumpkin, avo, barbecue sauce. Just keeping it reals. Yeah, so what was I going to say? We actually have a lot of catching up to do because I'm not going to lie, guys. I have been in quite a slump the last month and a half, and I've always been really, really, really open about like my mental health struggles. I'm so fine with being open about that, and I feel like I do get prone to struggling with like spouts of, I wouldn't say that was depression that I was in, but I get in really low states and I kind of, it takes me a hot minute to be able to pull myself out. And I'm very, very, very aware of my emotions and I work through them, and I'm very like, I also know that like I wasn't necessarily helping myself for a hot minute there. Like I caught myself just like doom scrolling a lot and just not really, I was in my head a lot and just like hyper fixating on things and yeah, just not being in like the best headspace. I was feeling really, really, really overwhelmed with some things like in my personal life. Like I've been struggling a lot with Hugo. I've really, really been struggling with that. And he's very, I've finally got a really good dog trainer, so I'm feeling really hopeful, but he's just been like, it's kind of like no matter how much training I do with him, no matter how hands-on I am, no matter how on top of everything I am, it's like I'm just never doing enough, and I kind of just feel really like suffocated in it. And he's extremely high energy, and yeah. So anyways, that has been really tough. But I've finally got I've got another dog trainer now. He's done a lot of training, and now I've got another one, and I think I'm just gonna have to really do it a lot more and just have that support and just be really, really, really on top of every single element. But I've really felt like because he takes up so much of my he can like never be alone, and he can never, like if I'm at home, he like needs my attention 24/7. And I just really felt like I couldn't be as focused on anything else in my life because he took all my time and energy, and I was always worrying about him, and I'd always have to be like giving him attention, or he'd be scratching me or jumping up on me and like all these things, and I just like constantly felt really like overwhelmed and just like exhausted, and just getting like no help with him has been really hard. So yeah, I've been kind of juggling that, but hopefully we're on the up now. And yeah, I just want to be really open about that, because I think I've shared little bits about like my struggle with Hugo, but I don't think I've shared as much about like how much of a struggle it is, because like even when my girlfriends were here for my birthday, they saw it all firsthand, and they were like, wow, Mill, like that's really rough, like you are like, I didn't really realize how much that was affecting you and how exhausting that is for you. So I think that was also kind of, it was kind of good for me to realize that it wasn't all in my head as well, because he's so beautiful and I love him so much, but I've definitely got one of the toughest puppies to look after, and he is just in those teenage years. But like I think that's been the thing, is like for the first few months I was like, it's okay, he's just a puppy, like he'll get over it. And now a year's gone by and I'm like, okay, wow, this really is not getting any better. If anything, it feels like it's kind of getting worse. And I do feel like I'm really trying to be on top of everything, and I am doing all the things that I've been told to do, but it's not enough. So I have to I always have to give it 500% instead of like someone's 100%. So anyways, but I think that I had a really big low, and then I think I've really been able to actually, you know how sometimes you kind of almost hit like a bit of a rock bottom in a way, and then it is like enough for you to be like, it's like when you're like 70% low, and then you're like, I know I'm not low, I'm not like in the best headspace possible, I know I could do better, but it's kind of not enough to like completely break a pattern or like start something new and do the things that you know you need to do, if that makes sense. So like I journal every single night, and like, but like for me, it's kind of, I have to have these certain things in my routine every single day, and I very much so like I have these structured routines because they make me feel my best. And sometimes if I let things slip up and I feel it, like I really feel if I don't have certain self-care and mental health practices in place consistently, I will feel that. So I think I finally kind of reached a bit of a breaking point where I was like, this needs to stop. Like I need to stop spiraling. I need to add things in that are going to make me feel better. And I just kept finding myself just like, it was such a habit for me to just go on my phone and just like go on my phone and go on my phone. And then like that never makes me feel good. So I need to set such stronger boundaries for myself when it comes to going on my phone. And I've just started reading a brand new book. So now when I have kind of inklings to go on my phone, I'm going to swap that for reading, because I know that when I read like a mindset book, it really helps me feel like I've got the power back and that I am in control, and I feel so much more empowered, and I feel like I have more purpose, and I feel like I just feel so much better and like more connected to myself. And I think as well, because I've had this stuff with Hugo, anytime I've tried to do anything for myself, he kind of has pulled me away from it because he just needs my attention. So the easiest thing was just for me to go on my phone and like be with him. And I absolutely hate that I'm just in that routine and it doesn't make me feel good. And then hours will pass and I'm like, oh my God, I feel awful. So yeah, this has been good. And then I've got new kind of training things that I'm doing with him to hopefully help him a bit with like the separation anxiety that he has. But yeah, I've started reading a new book, so I'll keep you guys updated. But that is, in all honesty, why I haven't really been picking up the vlogging camera for a hot minute, is because I just kind of feel like I have been so attached to my phone and just like not being present in my own life. And I was like, this is just another thing that I feel like I'm not going to be present in. And I'm not even going to lie, I've tried to vlog like I reckon 10 different days, and then it just gets to the end of it, like I'll vlog a little bit and then I'll completely forget for the rest of the day, and I'm like, okay, well that's a write-off. But I'm really proud that I'm picking it up now, and I am going to actually, now that I've been a bit more open, I feel like I want to take you guys along this. Like I feel like I was in this place at the end of last year as well. And you guys, I guess, were with me as I pulled myself out of that, and as I really got on top of everything. So I guess it can be like a bit of a, you know, we can have a weekly catch up of how I'm going with everything and what's working and what's not, in case you're going through a similar time, because I feel like it really does come to this time of year and a lot of people can kind of go through these emotions and go through these kind of like slumps. And I am doing so well in so many areas of my life, and I think sometimes I can be really hard on myself when I'm doing so many incredible things and then I am just not feeling 100% within myself. And I know I can get there. I've done it time and time and time again. I have no doubt that I'm going to, you know, and a lot of the time it actually happens a lot quicker than what we actually think as well. So I know literally after a few solid weeks of me getting on top of my habits, because I always say, like, whatever we're not changing, we're choosing. So if I'm not changing the habits that are not making me feel good, I'm choosing to keep feeling that way. So I just need to swap out certain habits for other ones. And yeah, I feel, I know that I'm giving, like, I honestly know by the end of this month, I'm going to be a different version of myself yet again. And I feel like a lot of the time when we go through hardships as well, it is necessary. Every single tough thing that I've been like every single tough thing I have ever gone through has led to bigger and better. Every single one, no matter how rough it was, no matter how much I was like, what did I genuinely do to deserve this? I am someone that does try and like really think positively, in the sense that this is teaching me something. Like, either things are a blessing or a lesson in our life. We can learn something from absolutely everything. But sometimes you're literally like, what did I do? Genuinely, what did I do to deserve this? Because this feels so cruel. And I always try and hold on to that. But I feel like, yeah, sometimes we just go through crap, but then in 3, 6, 12 months time, you know exactly why that needed to happen the way it needed to happen, because it was such a learning curve, and it taught you so much more about yourself that you didn't realize that you needed to be taught. And I just know that that's going to happen again. So yeah, there has been like quite a few breakthroughs that like I've discovered through my journaling, and that's been good, because I think I'm starting to see why things have been necessary, and it just allows me to level up and reach a new version of myself. And sometimes I even think, like, for you, sometimes we can feel stagnant because the next version of ourselves needs us to level up. Like, the next level of us requires us to be a different version, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, like, we're where we are because of the habits we've created to get ourselves to where we are. If we want to level up from here, we need kind of new habits. We need to be better in a way. And sometimes we need to have these kind of breakdowns to reach this new version of us. I really hope that makes sense, because that makes sense in my mind. So yeah, bigger and better things are on the horizon. But yeah, it's crazy that we're in like getting close. We're mid-October now, which is wild because it was my birthday literally the other week. I swear to God, like last week it feels like. But September literally flew, and this month has gone way too fast, and I literally know that the rest of this year is gonna go like this. So that's crazy. But I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Anyways, I need to eat, guys. I've been literally yapping for 22 minutes. 23 and a half. Okay, my food's gonna be cold. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this now, guys. I love you, and I will check in with you soon. I'm back. No, do not jump on me. I just did a few hours of work, which I'm really, really glad I've got that done. I was procrastinating on that quite a bit. So that is done. I'm eating again. I'm gonna have some rice cakes. This is the reason I don't really share what I eat that much, because it's the same thing every single time I show you. Nothing actually changes. So if you want to know what I eat, go back to the last time I showed you, because it's probably the exact same thing. Rice cakes, cottage cheese, tuna, salt. That's it. I also have to leave in like 15 minutes to go to Hattie's place, because we've got our second coaching call of the week. Which I'm really, really, really excited for, guys. I loved the one on Tuesday. It's just so nice. It's just so nice to be doing that sort of stuff again, because if you're like a long-term follower, you know that like I used to have my gym, and then I like had all that social interaction where I actually got to connect with people so often, and then moving online, it's a very different reality to face-to-face stuff. So being able to do it with someone and learning off someone again, and then also being able to have those calls 2 times a week to be able to connect with everyone like in that real time feels like real life connection. So I'm really excited for it. I'm really, really, really excited to be able to just keep learning and just keep connecting, and just like, I guess even just have like a new love back for coaching, because I do love coaching. I've always loved coaching, but I miss a lot more of the connection side to coaching, because I think that's why I fell in love with coaching so much in the first place. And obviously I get so much of that. It's very different when you're in the online space, because obviously my social media and stuff, like I connect with people all the time, but being able to really, you know, feel that connection by seeing people and meeting people and that sort of thing is very, very different. So like the other week I was in Sydney for the Australian Fitness Expo, and girls, like guys, I met so many of you. Hugo is so weird, dude. You were so weird, dude. I met so many of you, and it genuinely, I left that weekend feeling so full, like so pinch me to get to meet so many of you and hear your stories and hear the impact that I have on you guys, because that doesn't feel real. Like sometimes I forget that you guys actually like care, if that makes sense. So it was really incredible. And I just want to say as well, guys, like if you ever see me, don't ever be afraid to come up to me, because it means the literal world to me. Like I love getting to meet you girls and guys in person and being able to chat to you and hear your stories and just, you know, connect with you guys in person. Like that's the best part of every single thing I do, is meeting you guys and talking to you guys. So please, if you ever see me, please come up to me. I love it. I love meeting you. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. But anyways, I need to eat this because I need to leave really, really, really soon. So yeah, I'm just keeping it really simple, and then I'll come have like my proper dinner. Guys, another thing I'm really struggling with is the fact that I can't have nice things. Like Hugo is completely toilet trained. I have a patch of grass. He's always gone to the toilet in both ways on the grass, and he's just decided, actually, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to piss wherever and shit, wherever the fuck I want, all over my beautiful balcony. So anytime I'm like enjoying the view, there's like just a plump of shit in the corner, and I'm really sick of it. Really sick of it. The other thing is he also likes to step in his shit sometimes, and then he likes to jump up on things and just, you know, spread it across the room. I'm really sick of that. I wash my bed sheets. I mean, it's also my fault. I have white everything, but also in saying that, if I didn't have white everything and I missed when things needed to be cleaned, that would be more gross in my opinion. So at least like I clean everything every single day. But like, oh, fresh bed sheets. Oh, isn't that the best feeling? Hugo loves to just jump up on there, and then they're not anymore. So yeah, that's one thing I'm also really struggling with. So yeah, cool. Anyways, cheers. It is actually like 7 p.m. now. I just had my coaching call. I had my coaching call with our one-on-one clients, which was so nice, guys. I know I talked about it earlier, so I won't rave too much, but I'm loving doing that so much. And then I just had a shower, did my hair. I need to give you guys an updated hair care routine actually, but I also, if you've got curly hair and you have any recommendations for really like bringing in moisture and stopping it from being so like brittle, please let me know, because I really need some help with that. Like I know now how to like kind of perfect my hair in terms of making it the curls really, really nice. I know how to style it and everything, but I just want really, really, really healthy hair, and that's something I've struggled with my entire life. So if you have any recommendations on like making my hair thicker, making my hair healthier, please let me know. I've just got my dinner ready. Honestly, it's the exact same as my lunch. So yeah, I've just got my 2 kangaroo patties, avo, some barbecue sauce, and my roasted pumpkin, and the leftover beef mince, because I also need to eat everything out of the fridge before I go away. The game plan for tomorrow is I am going to wake up, I'll take Hugo for our walk, and then I'm going to go straight to the gym. Then I'm dropping Hugo out at like a pet resort. It's a new one I'm trying this time when I go away, so fingers crossed it's good. The biggest thing is, because I do have to travel so much with work, it's like been really, really difficult to kind of figure out what to do with Hugo in those times, because he is so high maintenance. I can't really get like pet sitters and stuff because he's just like, he's a bit too much. So I did have a really good one that he had a great time with last time I went away, but she's unfortunately sick. So I'm trying a new one this time. Fingers crossed it's good, because it's actually quite close to home, so it'll be really convenient. It's actually like a proper place. So where like they take dogs, he has like proper playtime with dogs and things like that. So if that goes well, that will be really, really good, and honestly relieve so much stress, because I think one of the biggest stresses at the moment is obviously with work. I do have to travel a lot, and it's extremely difficult with Hugo, and then obviously like I just want him to be in the best hands possible. So fingers crossed that goes well. I hope you guys have enjoyed the first vlog back. I'm gonna be a lot more on top of it. I feel like now that I've been like open with you as to like why maybe I haven't been on here as much, was because I was kind of just trying to figure out my own shit for a little bit. Yeah, just been in a bit of like a kind of mental funk, and it's not even necessarily that I've been in the worst headspace, but I have just like not been on top of my self-care stuff, and I am somebody that does definitely struggle with mental health if I'm not on top of that sort of stuff. So it's been the good little kick up the butt to get me back in a gear, because when sometimes I have to reach that low point to actually make sure that I make all the shifts I need to pick myself back up again. So this is your little reminder, if you're going through a rough patch, it does not need to be permanent. It's not going to be permanent, but you do need to make the necessary changes. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. So you do have that choice. And sometimes, you know, the habits that may have served you in the past, like, you know, for me, my journaling's been a staple throughout forever and ever. But sometimes that's not enough. And sometimes you do need to add more things into the mix to kind of take your mindset to the next level. So that's where we're currently at. So yeah, what I've added back in is my reading, just being a lot more intentional with my time, and not doom scrolling, because that is it's very easy to get stuck into that. I'm sure we can all agree. And I'm also going to get back into my meditation. I'm not going to force myself into it straight away, but I know I feel really, really, really pulled to start that again. So that's definitely going to be something I'm going to try. Why are you down here? That's definitely going to be something I'm going to try to get back into. I think honestly, like maybe next week when I get home, after like a good weekend, a bit of a soul refill, it'll be a good space to kind of bring myself back into it. But I also find sometimes, like if you overwhelm yourself with too many things at once, then you can kind of do a bit of nothing, or like, you know, you kind of find it a bit too hard, or it's a bit too much, and you might do it for a few days and then you end up going straight back to where you are. Whereas if you can really conquer one good positive habit, one new thing that you're introducing, once that becomes routine, then you can add another one. So it's just like anything, like with your health and fitness journey, you do have to practice that into like every area. So yeah, anyways guys, I hope that you did enjoy my little vlog back. I know it was a little bit chaotic. It wasn't as, you know, structured, but hopefully you guys got a bit of an insight as to where I'm currently at, all my kind of life updates, and I will see you guys really, really, really soon. And I'm sure we'll have more chats and catch-ups as to how I'm going throughout that time as well. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very, very, very grateful that you guys are here, and I will see you guys in my next one.